Look at that spread in her mouth. And again, that's just gonna give her that brightness. What's up, guys? This is Matt from RamseyVoice.com, and I'm a real vocal coach and singing teacher. And today I'm gonna be listening and reacting to Sara Bareilles perform Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, which obviously is a cover of the very, very famous Elton John song. Now, rather than doing kind of like the official music video of this, I wanted to kind of see what Sara was going to do in another live setting. So I've actually chosen the one where she's playing with a full symphony. So I can't wait to see how this goes, and I'm sure we're gonna learn a lot. Obviously, I think the world of Sara Bareilles, and there's a lot that we can all learn from her. But if you find this video helpful, make sure to hit like, comment with the next song that you wanna see me react to, and subscribe and turn on notifications for this channel. Or if you're ready to get started and improve your singing voice today, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice. Okay, let's get started. Ooh, it's dark.
When are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? I should have stayed on the farm. I should have listened to my old man.
First of all, before we get too far in here, I always like to stop a couple lines in just to get a kind of baseline for what the singer is doing. And I think that Sara Bareilles is doing such a beautiful job at getting this like really, really desolate kind of feeling. Sorry, let me press it with my sustain pedal. It's gonna sound darker and lonelier that way because she's just like playing these keys like at the very, very top voicing of the piano, which is making everything feel super, super spaced out and like there's tons of space and kind of like emptiness. And she's singing that very, very kind of like light and breathy, that when are you gonna come down? When are you going to land? It's intentionally breathy. Anybody who knows Sara Bareilles knows that she has an insanely strong chest voice. She can sing those super strong, but in order to create like that more kind of desolate feeling, she's actually creating lots of that kind of like breathiness and space with it. Let's see where she goes next.
You know you can't hold me forever.
Beautiful.
I didn't sign up with you. Not a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing.
So far we've got that, you know you can't hold me forever. So she's gone from very, very light to all of a sudden belting in that first bridge of hers around that B flat note, or not around it, on the B flat note. And that's actually a pretty difficult place for a lot of ladies to sing because, like I said, it's in the middle of that vocal break. But this is a singer who's sung through that millions and millions of times, and so, maybe not millions, but probably a million times, and she just knows how to handle it so well. So let's see what happens when she's going up to the even higher part that goes above that.
Got a present for your friends to open. This boy's too young to be singing the blues.
Oh, that's so cool. So she goes, blues, and you hear her connect back into her chest voice. Take a listen to it one more time. It's pretty obvious, but I think that she does it pretty artfully. That's chest. So, and she's doing it kind of stylistically. Now, I think that Sara Bareilles could definitely and blend into that even better if she wanted to, but she wants that kind of ethereal or very kind of heavenly, angelic kind of coming crashing back to earth kind of feeling. It's wonderful, wonderful presentation.
So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny black toad.
That's cool. then toad, toad. She's actually dropping her larynx slightly to get that even kind of deeper and woofier. Haunted by the haunted green toad, toad, and making that sound really dark. Let's see what happens next.
Oh, I finally decided my future life.
And back to a normal chest voice, but breathy. Oh, I finally decided my future lies. So, honey black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies. And going back into that fuller chest voice.
Beyond the yellow brick road.
And also listen to just how consistent that vibrato is. That vibrato is literally like 5 or 6 cycles per second, and her voice is just quavering at the perfect speed. She's just got so much control over it that it's just insane. Let's see what the symphony does.
So what do you think you'll do then?
Ah, yeah.
I bet they shoot down your planes and take you a couple of vodka and tonics to get you on your feet again.
One thing that I think is super cool is she's still staying a little bit breathy in the second verse, but in general, she's starting to add some more energy into the song. And you can see that, what do you think you'll do then? Even though it's still kind of breathy, she's adding a little bit more breath pressure to it, which is creating that larger sound. And then get you on your feet again. She has to open that up a little bit and go for a little bit of a fuller chest voice up there, or else she runs the risk of get you on your feet again. If she's starting too light and goes up to that bridge note too light as well, then that may flip. And that's exactly why she goes that, get you on your feet again, and pulls, not pulls, but pushes a little bit more chest voice into it. Here it is.
Your feet again.
Yeah, that's it.
Maybe you'll get a replacement.
Oh, beautiful belted musical theater. Maybe I'll get a replacement. Very spoken. Wonderful.
There's plenty like me to be found among those who ain't got a penny, sniffing for tidbits like you on the ground.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so we've got a C-sharp 5, which is at the very, very top of her first bridge. And watch what she does with that vowel. She doesn't go ground. She goes ground. And she spreads her mouth ever so slightly, but she's also dropping her jaw a bunch, which is giving her that really, really kind of bright sound. Rather than ground and keeping it very narrow. Ground just sounds super cool. Watch it one more time. Look at that spread in her mouth. Ground! And again, that's just gonna give her that brightness. Now, truth be told, a lot of singers, if they start to spread in that first bridge of their voice, they're just gonna pull up more weight. It's gonna make them flat. However, with her, like I said, she's done this a million times, so she's able to negotiate that part of her voice super well. Now then, was intentionally probably a little bit flat. She's pushing up to that, and that is such a Sara Bareilles thing to do. She does that in Brave as well, and it's super, super cool, very exciting, and everybody loves that full chest voice, kind of belted mix sound. That was flat too. You saw that she was kind of struggling for it. Now, again, this is a singer that's been doing this a long time, so she gets a lot of leeway in my book. But I think that she could probably think a little bit more of a jaw drop rather than spreading so wide. And just mixes so much better.
So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. Can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old howling woods.
And I also kind of like how she actually launched into that. Back to the howling green. She actually came in a little bit early there. And again, this is something that we see with a fantastic singer like Sara Bareilles, is that she's actually kind of ahead of the beat and kind of waiting for the rest of the music to come in, which is totally fine because she knows exactly where the beat is, so she can kind of like slow down her words after that. So back to the howling green owl in the woods versus back to the howling green owl in the woods. Like the rhythm is slightly different. Back to the howling green owl in the woods. She slows it down.
Hunting the horny black toad. Oh, I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road.
Now, take a look at that. She looks like she's working a lot, and she is. Now, there's a couple of things that are helping her out here. She's not singing road anymore. She's singing rod, and that's actually helping her drop the jaw, helping her find a better alignment with the formants in her voice. So run, road. She's going run. She's able to make that mix a lot better because she's actually also adding a little bit of kind of like a pharyngeal or kind of like a little bit of a twang. Run versus run, like more of a classical or more of a like an operatic sound. So that little bit of a pharyngeal or that little bit of kind of twang, whatever it is you want to call it, that kind of bratty voice that she's adding just the slightest amount of is helping her thin out her vocal cords a little bit more so that she's able to make that run. Now, I'm kind of fond of saying that you can break lots of rules as long as you're supporting your voice in some way. And in my mind, Sara is breaking some rules here, and that she's going super wide and spreading her mouth a little too wide to get a little bit of that bright extra harmonics in her voice. But she's actually helping that by thinning it out with a little bit of that pharyngeal twang thing that we were just talking about. However, a lot of singers will hear this and just go, run! And just push their voice as hard as they can. However, she's not doing that. She's run. There's a little bit of that funny sound in there, which is really giving her voice the support that she needs. Let's see how she finishes. Falsetto. Disconnects. Totally a valid vocal effect.
So goodbye, yellow brick road, where the dogs of society howl. You can't plant me in your penthouse. I'm going back to my plow, back to the howling old owl in the woods, hunting the horny back toad.
Beautiful stuff here. I mean, we're back into like kind of like the last chorus or the last refrain, whatever it is that you want to call it, and she's all by herself again. She's completely alone, and she makes her voice match that effect. So she's got that same kind of like very, very light honey black toe. It's basically just falsetto or like a really, really breathy head voice, but we believe it. It's completely in line with what the song is doing. So, honey black toad would be totally wrong for this part of the song.
Oh, I finally decided my future life.
And again, that's that little bit of a lower larynx thing that we were talking about. Oh, I finally decided my future lies. So she lowers the larynx at first, and then she goes to a more normal larynx. Oh, I finally decided my future lies. And we love it. It's just kind of like an old jazz effect.
I finally decided my future lies. I finally decided my future lies beyond the yellow brick road.
And that's just a beautiful, like that's like a 3 measure or a 3 bar to stand on. and no vibrato in there. No vibrato. You'll hear it again. And basically she's just holding into that note very lightly. And this is actually a very masterful thing to do, because most singers that are at a certain level will just add vibrato like unconsciously. Like they've got so much vibrato in their voice, it would just turn into a road. But she wants to actually accentuate that, so she sings that road and holds it for a little bit longer. Man, what a phenomenal performance. I'm always blown away by Sara Bareilles' songs and by such a spectacular cover. It's a very, very creative cover. It's everywhere. It's slowed down. It's got a lot of space. It's also got a lot of excitement, a lot of drama. Like I said, it's very musical theater. And I think that this particular song really lends itself to that kind of execution of the song, and that she has certainly had a large share of pop music in her past, but also with Waitress and stuff like that, we've also seen her musical theater chops as well, and I see her experimenting a lot with that direction here, and I think it's just a beautifully sung, beautifully performed, and arranged song. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit like, comment with the next song that you want to see me react to, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications. Or if you're ready to get started and improve your singing voice today, check out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice.